These are 3 facts about ancient Rome that you probably didn't know. Under the Roman Empire, Roman soldiers were full-time professionals who were paid to take up arms for the emperor. They weren't allowed to marry or legally have any children. This was to stop them from being distracted and to focus them on their sole role of being a soldier. However, you only need to look at Roman tombstones or the archaeological evidence from civilian settlements outside of forts to know that Roman soldiers did have long-term partners and they actually had many children too. So although the rules were broken, one emperor, Septimius Severus, was an army man and he decided to help them out. Not only did he raise their pay by an awful lot, but he also allowed them to marry legally, totally changing the structure of the Roman army forever. Every location in the Roman Empire had its own god. Whether this be a stream, a valley or a hill, everywhere had a local deity. The gods truly were everywhere. Now let's imagine you're about to make a river crossing. You ought to play it safe by making an offering to the river god to make sure that you don't drown. But an issue, you don't know the name of this deity and you don't want to get it wrong because you might earn his or her wrath. So the Romans decided to play it safe. They made an offering to the genius Loki, which translates to the local spirit, for safe passage across the river, valley or hill. Most marriages in ancient Rome were an informal agreement between the husband and the wife. If they said they were married, they were. If they said they weren't married, they weren't. A party was expected to celebrate the union, but these would vary in scale depending on what people could afford. Because divorce was actually quite easy, Roman couples were separating at an alarming rate, and birth rates dropped. So the Emperor Augustus made it so that if you were a woman with 3 children and a husband, you were given the free rights of a man. Yeah, if you're a woman in ancient Rome, you barely had any rights, unless you had 3 children, because he wanted to encourage a higher birth rate, because that's more citizens and more tax. So I hope you enjoyed those 3 facts. How many did you know? Did any stump you? Let me know in the comments down below.